Ito ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. This is the 2026 MPBL regular season and we are back to one of our familiar grounds dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. We are here in Montalban, Rizal at the Inares Center where Ives Sazon and the rest of the Bataan Risers will be making their season debut against Vic Manuel, the veteran forward who is now suiting up for the returning Iloilo United Royals. Vic will be joining forces with one of the most lethal scorers in league history in Levi Hernandez. Yan po yung mga laban natin. Iloilo against Bataan in the first game. Imos takes on Bacolod in the second game. And in the main game, it's Rizal against Caloocan. So another heavy triple header dito sa MPBL. Magandang hapon po mga kaliga. Sa Dav Tupas kasama si Christian Luanzon. And so glad you can join us here. Kasama din natin, of course, ang ating nag-iisang courtside reporter na, ano sabi mo?
Wala akong sinabi.
May sinabi ka ba?
Wala.
Sheila the Cat Salaysay. Miss Sheila Salaysay, welcome to the 2026 MPBL regular season. Kamusta ka dyan?
Magandang hapon sa Daf and Coach Christian at syempre sa ating mga kaligang nanonood online. Well, the cat, irerelate yan dahil this is our 8th season. Swerte daw ang numero 8. Wala nga, infinity yan. Pero ngayon sa ating first game, nagbabalik ang Iloilo United Royals after a year of absence and hoping to be one of the best teams in the South with their veteran-laden roster. On the other side naman para sa Bataan Risers, they wanted to get into playoffs dahil na-miss daw nila ito last season. Pero we will see who will get their first victory on this game today.
It rings a bell, ha?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sheila.
Bagay sa kanya.
Babaguhin ko na yung pangalan niya. Sheila Merong Forever Salaysay.
Okay.
Okay ba yan?
Pwede rin.
Mukhang okay yun. No? Maganda nga po din sa mga nanonood sa atin siyempre sa YouTube. Of course, we are also live on Tap Sports and on Solar Sports here in the MPBL. Balikan natin ang mga nangyari kagabi sa One Arena in Cainta, Rizal. And you see the results here. Mekawayan pulling off a surprisingly convincing win against Zamboanga. Asian Miranda was the best player of that game. Basilan with veterans JB Casio and John Wilson leading the charge 99-86 against Valenzuela. And Marikina pulling away in the second half, winning over Sarangani 75-66. So 4 more teams making their debut dito sa MPBL on this game day, and one of them are the Iloilo United Royals. They were ninth spot in the South Division in the 2024 season. Hindi sila sumali last season, nagpahinga sila, but this season they are back with a vengeance because their roster seems to look like they have grand ambitions this season.
It looks to be loaded. You know, we see yung pinaka-mabigat na pangalan dyan ay si Vic Manuel, you know, and James Sena coming over from Zamboanga. They have Paul Sanga coming over from Caloocan. Levi Hernandez, right? Who would have thought that he would ever leave Batangas, but he is now with Iloilo. Jory Napoles, also a teammate of Vic Manuel last season in Pangasinan. Art Aquino, former MPBL champion with San Juan, right? And Kit Jimenez, obviously, aside from the familiar name, humiwalay na sa kanyang Papa JK, Coach JK, no? Nag-ibang yugto na sa kanyang buhay, pati ang ganda rin ng kanyang buhok, if I may add.
Lagi yan. Ito si Kit Jimenez, of course, trying to rediscover the old Kit Jimenez na nagpakitang gilas talaga in the past few years dito sa MPBL. Vic Manuel, of course, led Pangasinan to a division finals appearance last season, and look at those numbers. They are all. He was a member of the all MPBL first team, so alam mo na quality itong madadala ito si Vic Manuel dito sa koponan ng Iloilo. And sa kabilang panig naman, you talk about sustainability and consistency over the last few years. You talk about Bataan, one of the pioneer franchises dito sa liga natin, but the results have not been kind to the Risers in the last few years. Although they did move into within a win of a playoff appearance last season, kinapos na naman sila.
And this is a team, no, wherein it's almost like they're itching for that win to get over the hump tulad ng nabanggit mo because management and support is definitely there. A lot of these players, you know, these are, you know, like Hubert Cani has sort of like revived this career here. Nabanggit mo nga, isa sa mga pioneer teams ito. El Granada, who would have thought from season 1 na naglaro, no, dito sa MPBL. Season 8 na tayo, naglalaro pa rin. Di ba? One of three homegrowns kasama si Chito Jaime at si Balagasa. You look at their lineup, you know, Ives Sazon is also a homegrown. And Robbie Darang, his maturity throughout the seasons has been evident. Mitchell Mines, I think he has to take a leap, no, if they really want to not only reach the playoffs, maybe go further than that. But you talk about continuity compared to Iloilo, certainly yun ang paniniwala nila coming into Season 8.
Well, just to clarify the definition of homegrown players dito sa MPBL, they are from there, but they're not necessarily homegrown players because they played in the PBA. So,
Right.
merong ganong rule po. So, you need 3 players in the lineup na taga doon and walang PBA experience.
Right.
So, Ives Sazon counts as a homegrown because he is from there. Jamil Gabawan is also from there. Dante Baguio. So, no shortage in homegrown players there for Bataan. But this is one guy right here. You know, si Levy Hernandez, ang nating kamador, ito si Ives Sazon, since season 1 has been one of the more explosive scorers dito sa MPBL. So we cannot wait for tip-off here in Montalban, Rizal. And here we go with the starting lineups.
It's Iloilo versus Bataan, live on Solar Sports and YouTube channel. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 8 at the Inares Center, Montalban, Rizal. Let's meet the starters first for Iloilo United Royals. Forward number 11, Paul Sanga. The other forward number 15, Jorge Napoles. At guard number 17, Dan Sara. Playing center number 31, James Sena. Shooting guard number 22, the sniper de Mexico, Levy Hernandez. They're led by Sherwin Cantos. Assistant coaches Alberto Layon, Therdin Nemes, and Brian Bautista. The team owners are Jay Habilosa and JJ Habilosa. Now for one Bataan Risers, Kamaya Coast. At guard number 7, Hubert Cani. Coming in at center number 14, Alex Ramos. Guard number 18, Tutoy Ramirez. Power forward number 27, Chris Javier. At the other forward number 22, Ives Sazon. The head coach is Goody Ilagan with Mac Tan. Assistant coaches Ogie Gumata, John Flores, F. Francisco, Marvin Molines, Louis Cortina, Prince Cruz, and Erwin Losada. The team manager, Art Attorney Gary Palmero. Team owner, Luis Valenzuela. Referees Municipal Gamer Crew Chief Alan Manzano.
Iloilo starts with Dan Sara, Levy Hernandez, James Sena, Jorge Napoles, and Paul Sangar. Bataan naman as Tutoy Ramirez, Hubert Cani, Alex Ramos, Ives Sazon, and Chris Javier. No shortage in experience here for Iloilo. That's our starting 5 brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Well, tingnan natin kung magkaroon sila ng shortage ng athleticism because minsan yun ang nagiging trade-off nun eh. Sa sobrang daming experience, mas nagiging mas mabagal na, no? Pero ang advantage naman doon, pag ang laro sa half court, lalo na pag meron kang tulad ni Vic Manuel o James Sena na mapupuntahan sa poste, nasa inyo yung advantage.
Dan Sara able to win the tip para dito sa Iloilo. Napoles on the low block, labas kay Sara. I was about to say it was a bad shot, but that Sara nails the three to open the game for Iloilo.
Well, it took a while for them. Shot clock was on its way down, and Dan Sara, since his San Beda Lions days, was always known for his outside shooting. He opens up this game in this beautiful gym, as always.
Sena launches. That's a miss. Rebound ni Tutoy Ramirez. Bigay kay Hubert Cani. Cani with a runner. And Alex Ramos scores on the putback.
I think the story of this game will be about pace. I don't mind the shot of Hubert Cani. It was contested. Wala nang pasa, no? Inatake kagad pagtawid ng half court.
I can't believe I'm seeing double right now. You know who?
Sino to?
Jory Napoles and Alex Ramos. I can't believe it. They're twins. Long lost brothers.
I can't believe na tama ka. Pero kita mo,
Oh, my gosh. The similarities, partner.
oo nga. Lamang lang sa sa height itong si Napoles. Tsaka hindi malayo numero, ah. Isa lang ang pagitan, 14 tsaka 15.
Direk, kailangan mo makita. Yan! Yan. Tutoy Ramirez with a getaway. No,
Another
Ramos.
offensive rebound.
Sipag nito ni Alex Ramos.
So you see yung rotation, no? Defensively ng Iloilo, an issue already. Forcing the miss sa initial drive. Pero dalawang beses na nakukuhanan sila ng offensive rebound at stick back. Same play.
Sara. I don't think Levy Hernandez has touched that basketball yet.
Oh, still early, pero tingnan natin. Alam naman natin, si Sniper de Mexico hindi magpapahuli yan. Tulad nito, si Ives.
Sazon, well challenged by Paul Sanga, who has ended his spell at Caloocan. Levy airballs the three.
O, yun na yun. Nakatanggap lang, catch and shoot ka agad.
Cani. Ramos. Javier. Tutoy Ramirez. Javier. That's a foul. Was it a foul or a... Yes, it is a foul.
Yeah, referee on the baseline was a no call. Dapat bola ng Iloilo, pero referee on the sideline saw otherwise.
Coach Sherwin Cantos.
Of Iloilo.
Of Iloilo. Yung teammate ko yan sa Chubby League.
Ah. Okay.
Long time ago. Pre-pandemic.
May ganun liga pala.
Oo.
Okay.
Siyempre, extreme ang subok at kompleto ang appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Kailangan Kailangan inclusive.
My question is, aside from the visual qualification,
There was a weight.
okay,
There
may
was a
weigh in.
May
Kumbaga,
weigh in. There was a weight.
So-
I think you got to be over 180.
Yeah. So, it's one of those ironies, if you will, wherein kung gusto mo maglaro sa ligang yon and then you're under, please be over, please be over, please be over. Di ba?
Dapat overweight ka.
Exactly.
hindi pwedeng hindi unfortunately hindi body fat yung na-measure doon. Oh, Alex Ramos off to a fine start here with 6 points.
And, just to top it all off, yung sa sinasabi mo, it's just one of those things wherein, I guess, be careful on what you wish for.
Talino din ang bumuo ng liga na yun eh. Oh, that's an offensive foul.
Hindi matalinong galawan yun, obviously. Para kay Levy, which he disagrees with.
And right in front of referee Alan Manzano as well.
A simple ball screen at the corner and hindi na challenge ni Napoles yung kanyang ka-lookalike na sabi ni Mr. Tupas. At I agree, pasok na. Ito, si Muscleman.
Vic Manuel. MPBL first team in his first season in the league. Just one of those players na parang ang dali lang makashoot, no? Yung He's just a natural-born scorer. Si Vic Manuel.
He wasn't a natural born scorer. As a former teammate as Paul Sanga, ito natural shooter to. Because before he had like a breakout to his name, like a Vic Manuel, I was teammates with him. He was fresh out of college, so I'm not mistaken, PSP siya. Okay. And he was just a dunker. The skill wasn't there. That's why in practices, as Yves Sazon for his first 2 this season, we would always give him the ball, especially sa mga 3-man weave. Alam mo yun, dapat mag-alternate kayo na ikaw layup. Gusto namin lagi siyang layup para dunk palagi. And he would end up, windmill dunks, ganon. That's why, through the years after that, to see him grow into who he is right now as a guy who could be a reliable scorer on the post and a natural scorer, tulad ng sinabi mo, just amazes me yung kanyang naging leap from that time. And the last time we were teammates, this was the year 2009. That was 17 years ago. Yeah, that was 17 years. I really had to calculate.
Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Here's Xavier, misses the 3.
That is why it is so encouraging not only to see a guy like Vic Manuel, Marky, who's a former teammate also, Bam Gamalinda. Pag nakikita ko sila, parang kahit pa paano naisip ko, sakto lang ang katandaan ko, at least in my mind. Pero Vic Manuel, batang-bata pa talaga.
Feeling ko kaya mo pa.
Oh my gosh. Kala mo lang. Hindi lahat ng feeling mo tama.
Sign him up. My partner right here. That's Vic Manuel with the 3. And just casually runs back as Iloilo takes a 5-point lead with the 4:34 remaining here in the first period.
Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball.
Yun, ang ganda ng matchup natin. Christian Watson, Jory Napoles, and Alex Ramos. Pwede mong ipagpalit yung mga uniforme nila at hindi mo namamalayan kung sino who's who.
Kahit na talikod yung view talagang pwede mo sabihin na
Similarity pa rin And meanwhile, let's bring back Sheila the Cat Salaysay.
Yes, Devin, Coach Christian back in the hunt and hungrier than ever ang Iloilo United Royals after missing the playoffs in 2024. They're coming in loaded. 2 linggo lang daw ang preparasyon nila coming into the season at kahit nagkakapaan pa, dala nila ang experience ng pareho mga veterano at homegrown Vic Manuel, Dan Zara, Kit Jimenez, Will Cervantes, Paul Sang at ang homegrown na si Leo Gihion. It's just a matter of catching rhythm and locking to their system dahil daw sa huli, hindi lang ito laban ng lakas kundi labanan ng utak. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Sheila. And there's no question about it. Itong Iloilo, yung quality ng kanilang roster, right up there among the top teams in the league. But the short preparation, especially with the other teams having the benefit of a preseason.
That's okay to me because we're talking about an 8 to 10 month season anyway. Just like when you come in out of shape, like a Kimani Ladi who played the last preseason game and then instantly he shows us sort of like a preview of who he is and what he can still become in the first game with a double-double performance. We will see him again tonight, but I'm really curious of what version of the Cat we will see this season. Is it a Halle Berry Cat or an Anne Hathaway
Grabe.
cat?
Grabe.
Anong version ni Catwoman ang makikita natin ngayong season, no, kay Sheila?
Fast leg of the game brought to you by Sports Press, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
And obviously, I gotta mention the legend, Michelle Pfeiffer. Yun ang original.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Dami
Grabe mga ano yung binanggit ko nun, ha?
Dami uy.
Uy.
Ayan na,
Diba?
Sheila.
Ayan, no? Oh.
Good to have our sister back. All the way from season 1, partner.
Yeah.
And Mitchell Minus is now in the game. He just scored for Bataan.
The same thing with Flores. You expect this game to be a lot faster with him inside. End up in a horn set. Levy falls down and makes him pay his Flores as he was left wide open for the 3. Nagparamdam kagad.
Levy Hernandez straight up. No good. Rebound ni Minus. Jamil Gabawan. Real Cervantes is now in the game. Minus again on the move. The tap ends up with Levy Hernandez. Levy. The drive, pinilit. Last touch to Jamil Gabawan. Great defense there from Bataan.
Gary David and Kit Jimenez coming in, and I have to tell you, I can't wait for the matchup of Bataan and Cebu, because if you think you saw the game, obviously best player of the game, Jun Manzo. You talk about being a Granada inside with those Celis. Eh, makakalaban niya si El Granada. Tingnan natin kung sino yung totoong Granada pag naglaban to ng
Oh, tsaka si kung maglalaro si Kuya Dondon.
Tama.
Here's Gabawan.
Naka-line up.
Naka-line up.
Pati yung kanyang anak.
Di pa naglalaro for now.
Nakita ko, panay ang post sa story ni Kuya Dondon.
Kanina, nakita ko, nagtitennis eh.
Diba?
Nag-wall.
No?
Kit Jimenez. That's a push on Alfred Flores. That's a poor foul. Artaquino. Has played for San Juan, has played for Rizal. So, dami na rin nalaruan na team tong si Artaquino. Now with Iloilo this season. Kit. Manuel fires and hits.
6 points for him. That is really money in the bank, because to some players with a hand in his face, malamang mintis yun, but with Vic Manuel, I believe you gotta force him to put the ball on the deck and beat you. Let him beat you off the dribble.
Gary David. El Granada misses on the jumper. Here's Vic Manuel trying to leave it to Art Aquino. Turnover. Minus. Nakabuelo. Layup is good plus the foul.
So how about the play by Gary David? He was the one who sprinted back to force that turnover. He tried to draw a charge. Okay, Vic Manuel, you're not going to see it here. You will see it here. And because of that, it forces a turnover. Flores picks it up. And Minus will finish on the other end. What a play by El Granada on the other end. Minus with a cherry on the ice cream on top.
Completes the three-point play. Lamang ng Bataan ang dalawa. Under a minute to play here in the first.
Gusto mo ba yun? Ako gusto ko yun eh. Yung cherry on top of the ice cream.
May malapit lang May dito. Malapit lang. Baka makuha na tayo.
I mean, I asked because it's usually a non-traditional Filipino way, Yung cherry. Yung cherry on top. Usually, iba yung ang mas Pinoy version pandesal, di ba? Masarap din ang cherry.
Manuel looks ahead, gets it to Kit. What a tough catch for Kit Jimenez. Levy Hernandez on the move. That will not count. That's a good foul. That's a good foul.
Wala pa sila sa penalty. But the next one, they will.
And Ryan Reyes, first time in the game, played for Quezon City in the tail end of last season. Started the season with Ilagan Isabela, now has found his way here with Iloilo. One of the hardest working players around.
Good pass.
Sumalakay for three. It's good. Nakapasok lang ni Sumalakay. Nagparamdam agad. Flores the half-court heave, and that will do it. Iloilo with a 1-point advantage at the end of one.
In favor of the Iloilo United Royals.
Strong start for the Royals with the veteran Vic Manuel leading the way. Alex Ramos had 6 points early on. Now playing his lookalike Jory Napoles. And Jory had his moments as well for the Royals. But we closed out this first period with a couple of nice baskets galing kay Mitchell Maynes. Iloilo ahead by 1 at the end of the first period.
Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang pakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even out the game. 9 in the final moment of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Commissioner Emerson Areta, Head of Security Rudy Distrito here in Montalban, Rizal. And it's been quite the week for our commissioner. Opening ceremony in 2 venues, and
It's been historic.
a lot of games immediately after that. JP Belencion and Gian Abrigo.
I guess the highlight of that weekend was the game between Jensen and
Binyan.
Binyan. Now, Hesed Gabo, his acquisition, nagparamdam kaagad, with his stellar play in that game.
Yeah, still one of the premier playmakers in the MPBL. Hesed Gabo. Flores for 3. Got it. That's 2 triples para kay Alfred Flores. And Bataan is ahead once again, 23-21.
It's an interesting lineup, no? Para sa Bataan, nagsasabay si Darang at si Flores. Either guard can obviously bring down the basketball and start a fast break as a 3. Binawi naman ni Rain Cervantes in front of Jamil Gabawan. But I expect the pace to be much faster para sa Bataan, tulad nitong mabilis na atake ni Maynes.
Just one in and out dribble and he explodes to the rim.
And that's something really Bataan can take advantage of. In the first quarter, they were able to generate out of the 20 points, 6 out of the 20 points, galing sa fast break. Habang ang Iloilo naman 0. If they could do that more in this game, and then tingin ko hindi makakasabay itong Iloilo eh.
Yeah, but 2 free throw misses for Maynes. Jimenez. Flores on Kit Jimenez. Gets it to Sumalakay. That's taken away. The ball was loose and it will stay with
Iloilo, I believe.
Iloilo.
Yeah, pero dahil walang change of possession, tapikan lang. 2.6 pa rin ang shot clock. Kaya napatawag ng timeout itong Iloilo para mag-crokis, no, ng isang magandang tira possibly.
Coach Cantos sues for time. 8:48 left in the first half. We'll be right back. Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph, and we'll just take this opportunity to nabatiin ng isang
Hammer Day ba to?
maligayang kaarawan ang nagpapaganda sa mga boses natin.
Okay.
Happy birthday
Boss
to
Ed.
our audio engineer, Cedric Vicente. Hindi nyo siya nakikita, pero nararamdaman nyo siya.
Parang multo, no?
Oh,
Grabe.
kumanta ka na.
Oo. Pero hindi siya yung multo na nakakatakot.
Oo.
Multo siyang nakakapag-antok at eventually nakakatulog. Ganong kalamig ang kanyang boses.
The best audio engineer in the business. Sir Cedric Vicente. Kit Jimenez leaves it short. Alfred Flores with a rebound.
Sobrang galing talaga nitong si Sid. Talagang matirik talaga ang boses mo, alam ko eh. Napapaganda niya, no, yung delivery sa TV, sa YouTube.
Last break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Tataka nga ako kung paano niya naayos din yung boses mo eh.
Kasi laging galit yung boses ko, tama ba?
Oo. Parang nagiging malumanay ka pag nandito ka. Real Cervantes. Flores got away with a hold there, but Real Cervantes takes it strong to the cup. Robbie Darang steps into the three.
Well, you can see the game plan, the intention itong Bataan coming into this game. They don't mind taking early shots in the shot clock. They punish itong Iloilo on the offensive boards nung first 3 minutes of this game. But this time, they're punishing them by making quick baskets, whether it's inside the paint or that time beyond the line.
Aquino gets into Ryan Reyes. 2 free throws coming up for Ryan. Pagod si Real Cervantes. Pahinga muna. Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. And look at that hold on Alfred Flores. Hindi tinawag.
A little Luka magic move right there. Not the fastest, obviously. Not the same as before na si Real Cervantes. Pero pagkalusot niya, with that step through, mag-isa na lang siya. He used to be really athletic, by the way.
Real Cervantes.
Real Cervantes. Also a former teammate of mine.
Quick shout out kay Tito Roger Montalvo.
Uy,
Bacolod.
Uncle Roger. Nakaabang yan kasi Bacolod ang second game natin. Tinitignan ko lineup ng Bacolod. Di ba?
Nakita mo ba?
Hopeful. I thought some things would not change. Apparently some have changed.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm talking about the lineup.
Yeah,
So,
we'll see.
the lineup has
I
changed.
have now. I have not.
I'm trying to give you false hope.
No. I've given up until they give me something.
Sorry, let me rephrase. I'm trying to give you hope.
Yeah, but
Okay.
right now I've nandun ako sa lowered expectations.
Okay.
Ang hirap eh. Ang hirap mag-expect. And Dan Sara nails the jumper. Only his 5th point of the ball game, 29-28. Darang to Flores, corner 3, won't go. Rebound, Jorey Napoles. Next last touch on Levy.
Well, this has been a low turnover game. That is only the 7th turnover combined for both teams. We've been playing at a good pace, good scoring. Both teams able to score in the 20s after 1 quarter.
Bringas. Javier launches the 3. Good.
Not to mention, Bataan shooting it decently from the outside. 3 of 7 from downtown already. Levy gusto bawiin.
Robbie Darang secures the rebound. Bataan trying to extend the lead here. Carl Bringas can't add to the lead. Rebound, Dan Sara. Back the other way, Kit Jimenez fires the three. No. Rebound, Bringas.
That would have been the 7th three-pointer of Iloilo. Muntik pa pumasok, no? Para kay Kit Jimenez.
Robbie Darang fires a three. Yes, sir.
On the other end, three-point shot din ang tiniran. Itong si Robbie Darang, diferensya sa kanya pumasok. Kaya 5 na ang kalamangan nitong Bataan.
Big Manuel on the drive. Left-handed scoop won't go. Rebound ni Javier. Three-point shooting, 6 of 16 for Bataan. Iloilo, 6 of 12 at 50%. Inside, Bringas, nabitawan ng bola, picked up by Manuel. Bigay kay Levy Hernandez. Baguio is giving chase, and Baguio comes up with a steal. Bataan, back the other way. Darang from the corner. Lumapit, back shot is good.
Excellent read by Robbie Darang. That shot puts him into double figures because of the way they've been shooting from the outside, particularly him. He just shot a three, played before this. Look at this, reading the closeout, uncontrolled closeout, and kisses it off the glass.
Bataan has opened up a 7-point lead, the biggest of the ball game. We'll be right back.
Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanigang mapakan. Todo suporta.
You're still watching the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League 2026, Season 8 of the regular season live dito sa Montalban, Rizal. Coming into this season, Bataan Risers made sure na hindi lang skills ang pinaghandaan kundi pati samahan. The team just had their team building with an objective, bayanihan, mas patibayan ng tiwala at connection sa isa't isa. For Coach Mactan, wala ang lakas ng lineup kung hindi sasabayan ng sipag, hindi lang sa players pati sa coaches. He doesn't want to sound overconfident, pero naniniwala siya na magandang mararating ng team sa tibay ng bond at open lines of communication, which will be their ticket to the finals on top of everyone's contribution. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Sheila. It's been a tough road for Bataan the past few seasons, and hopefully a fresh start can also signal a fresh hope and an improved finish this season.
That's a big basket mo by Vic Manuel dahil unti-unti nang lumalaki ang kalamangan from 7 to 5 to 8 again after the 3 by Baguio.
That's the 7th triple of Bataan. Hernandez
Nice move.
with a step through, and he draws the foul on Tutoy Ramirez.
This play by Robbie Darang, hitting Javier, and Javier with an extra pass to the corner as he got his 2 feet in the paint. Love that they're sharing the basketball, playing with pace, and knocking down shots.
Levy Hernandez spent the chunk of his career playing for Batangas City. Well, that stint has ended last season in a loss to Binyan in the playoffs.
That's short.
Agaw ni Dan Sara. 3.5 to go here in the second period. Sanga in and out. Napoles with the rebound. Chore. Labas kay Manuel. Vic. Manuel. Atake sa gitna. The muscle man misses.
Good pass.
Baguio. With a layup.
That's why every time you get that defensive rebound, You gotta look up ahead for somebody like Baguio. Tawag dyan eh, no? Yung mga knockout play in the full court. Ganda ng pasa ni Javier.
Manuel misses the rebound ni Darang. Iloilo not as disciplined as Bataan right now. And ito na. Here comes Bataan trying to pull away here in the second period.
So, nabanggit natin kanina to, ang kalaban talaga ng experience ay disiplina. And masusubukan talaga ang disiplina mo kapag ang kalaban mo tulad nitong Bataan is trying to push the pace, which to me, in the second quarter, they are doing a much better job. You see the last two highlighted plays. The primary skip to the other side, extra pass, and then obviously that touchdown pass from Javier to Baguio. Lumobo na talaga ang kalamangan dito. Isang dosena na.
Fast break points, 10 for Bataan. Only 2 for Iloilo. Sena lost the ball to Tutoy Ramirez. Hubert Cani gets it to Baguio. Labas kay Javier, catch and shoot. No. Napoles with the rebound. 12-point lead for the Bataan Risers. Jore, aatakihin ang defense. Napoles knocks it down.
Now, if Iloilo can keep this game in the half court, they will have a terrific chance in this game to get out a win. But it all starts on the defensive end.
That's a push inside on James Sena.
And also on their offensive end, if they could generate good shots and allow their defense to set up. Tulad nito, no? They have the players who can create off the dribble, hindi lang yung mga guardia, pero tulad nito, ni Napoles, 5 nilalaro nito, 4-5 sila ni Sena, palitan eh. But you see how he puts the ball on the deck, little breakdown move, and has that pull-up jumper.
Cani gets away from Dan Sara.
Let me add to what you just said. Gets away easily as he turned the corner. That help side has been pretty much non-existent the whole first half para sa Iloilo.
Levy Hernandez. Inside Levy forces that one. Sena diving for that loose ball. Finds Levy
Nice.
Hernandez.
Yun ang experience. Experience, no? But before the experience, he put himself in a position with his effort first right here by diving for the loose ball. At sa dami ng laro na nakita ni James Sena, nahanap niya rin sa ilalim yung kanyang teammate na si Hernandez. Bataan naman na tumawag ng timeout niya.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
We talked about history last weekend, how we opened the league, the games, obviously. How about the partnership with Sports Plus? I don't think I've ever seen in Philippine basketball giving away $1 million sa half court. I don't know. Parang wala pa.
Wala pa.
Parang wala pa. Kaya nga sa tingin ko si Delph, mapapa-araw-araw na ako rito eh. Mas gusto ko pang fan na lang ako.
Well,
Susubok ako dun.
I will tell Sports Plus that you are not eligible.
Susubok ako ron.
Yeah, but that they've had a few close calls.
We were there. We were witness to that one. And he only had 3 seconds left to pull off
A half-court shot.
a half-court shot. No, because he took so long of making that 2-point shot underneath the basket, free throw line, 3-point, and then the 3-point line took him about 40 seconds. Pagdating niya ng half-court, muntik pa pumasok.
May chance eh, no?
Oo.
Kagabi muntik din eh, sa kainta.
Meron din kagabi.
Oo, tumama lang din sa gilid na. I think the contestant last night had 3 attempts from the half-court line.
Right, as you saw the offensive rebound by James Sena, he's been all over the place. But I guess what I'm trying to say here is sa mga manonood natin, punta na kayo rito.
Yeah, well,
Every Monday to Saturday po ang MPBL. Pupunta lang kayo, baka may chansang mapili kayo, and who knows, baka mag-uwi kayo ng 1 milyon.
yeah, and I think the crowd is slowly filling up the venue.
Lalo na rito. Isa sa mga pinakamagandang gym to sa MPBL.
That's right. Sazon.
There's the corner once again. Easily breaks down the defense. And you just wonder what the other white shirts are doing, ball watching.
Sanga. 1 second differential game clock and shot clock.
Feeling niya, kaya niya yung former teammate niya. Nag-abot pa ba to? Itong dalawang to?
Hindi na yata.
Hindi na. Okay, di kapwa tama rin na. That's something you don't see Paul Sanga does. No? Known as a spot-up shooter, off-the-screen shooter. That time, nalalaki yung mata niya dito kay Hubert Canny on that isolation play on top.
7.8 seconds remaining. Oh, Keith Jimenez loses the handle. Alfred Flores has time.
Showtime!
Behind the back and the finish.
I'll talk about finishing with flair. Flores has been outstanding in the first half.
What a poor finish to the half by Iloilo.
They were supposed to get the last shot, but instead Bataan not only gets the last shot, but gets it and finishes it in style.
Ives Sazon caps the Bataan run in the second period, and they lead by 14 at the half.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao,
White House steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even out the game. 89 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White House wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Welcome to the opening of your 2026 MPBL regular season. It's the moment we've all been waiting for.
The one Bataan Risers. And now let's all welcome Bulacan Cuyas. Next, Ilagan Isabela 5-star Cowboys. The Manila Batang Quiapo. And now let's all welcome Marikina Biggs Burger. Up next, the May Kawayan Marilao Gems. Next, the Pasay Voyagers. Ladies and gentlemen, Pasig City. And now let's make way for the Quezon City Black Bulls. And now for the MPBL Season 2 champions, San Juan Knights. And now Valenzuela Dark Horse. For the reigning and defending MPBL champions, the Abra Solid North Weavers. Your Caloocan Batang Kangaloo.
Wow, and that's our...
Wow!
Napawaw ka.
Oo.
Ako napawaw.
I just want to greet our MPBL fans present here at the
London Sports Arena. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Sabik na sabik nang makita yung ating South Division teams.
I should the price. Lahat sila nakatingin ay
Honor Mascara. The inaugural season champions, Batangas City Tanduay Athletics, Basilan Steel. Moving on with Cebu Greats, Jensen Warriors. Here's the Imus Yankees. Now the Iloilo United Royals. Here's the Mindoro Tamaraws, the Negros Hacienderos. Rizal Central Mall Golden Coolers, Sarangani 10 Act. Here's the South Division, back-to-back champions, Quezon Huskers. Now, your Binyang Tatakjel Beast, Motorcycle Mega Wagi.
Please grab the opportunity na habang kaya niyo pang maglaro, give always your best. And to those players that have different agendas, this league is not for you. Trust me. With my great honor and pride, I now declare the MANNY Pilipinas Basketball League Season 8 open.
bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na.
Of the MPBL Sports Plus. Ready for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge? 3, 2, 1, go! Eto, easy for Ronald Perolina para sa first attempt. Free throw naman. Let's see. Come on, you can make it, Ronald Perolina. Yakang-yaka mo yan. 1 milyon yan. Kaya galingan mo. Yun. All right. 22 seconds. Tingnan natin ang galing ni Ronald sa 3-point. Uy, in and out. Come on. 12 seconds left. Ronald Perolina. Muntik na. 1 million is on the line. Uy. 2, 1. All right. Salamat pa rin. Oh. Good effort para kay Ronald Perolina. Thank you for joining. Yan ang ating Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge. At syempre sa ating mga minamahal na MPBL fans, check out the Sports Plus FB page to find out how you can join at baka ikaw na ang kauna-unahang winner ng Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge.
Sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. muli. Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanigang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na.
Halftime here at the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal, where the Bataan Risers using the second quarter push to grab this 14-point lead against one of the more loaded and more experienced teams here this season in the MPBL, in the Iloilo United Royals. Excellent from the field. They also got out in transition, 15-2 fast break scoring. And the question now for Iloilo is, where's the D?
Right, and also the points of turnovers, because defense has been an issue. We mentioned rather, yung experience na dinadala ng kupunan na to definitely has the talent, the big names. No, talk about Iloilo. But their offense will dictate their defense and vice versa, because if they turn the ball over against a much younger, more athletic team like Bataan, who has all the intention from the get-go, no, to attack the basket even after one or two passes, or hit an outside three with those forward and diagonal passes. Ito talaga ang resulta makikita natin, especially in the second quarter wherein they allowed 30 points. You see the leading scorers for Iloilo, led by Napoles and Manuel's 8, Cervantes and Sara with 5. But they allowed itong Bataan 30 points in the second quarter after leading the first 10 minutes of this game by 1 point, but it was just a complete turnaround in the second quarter, led by Robbie Darang's 10 coming off the bench.
Robbie Darang providing some firepower off that Bataan bench. See here if Iloilo can come up with an answer in the second half. We begin the third quarter. Kit Jimenez, Vic Manuel, Paul Sanga, Levi Hernandez, and Jory Napoles ang 5 for Iloilo. Almost a turnover for the Royals. Jimenez on the cut. Misses the one-hander. Hubert Cani gets it to Gabawan. Trapped underneath. It's a turnover.
A much better job defensively by Iloilo. How many times did we see them allow yung mga ganun drives to the baseline and then dire-diretso ang mga blue shirts? Not that time though. They clogged the paint and forced the turnover.
Jimenez
foul.
Sazon trying to deny Levy Hernandez.
Flores making a case na flop daw to si Kit Jimenez.
And Levy Hernandez and Eves Sazon have had their share of battles over the last few seasons. And Levy almost lost it. He lost it, recovered by Kit. Kit for three, no. Napoles with a rebound. Turns around and puts it in, plus the foul. What a strong move galing kay Jory Napoles.
I never grew up without a sibling, but I'm sure sometimes siblings pinagbibigyan ng isa't isa. At ito, mukhang napagbigyan ni Ramos doon sa rebound na yon. Natalo siya ni Napoles. Gotta give credit to Napoles. Ikaw ba, may kapatid ka?
Yeah, younger brother.
Madalas mo bang pagbigyan ng kapatid mo?
No.
No? Okay.
I'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. He is 10 years younger than me, so medyo mahirap pagbigyan. You know, tough love dapat. Napoles with a spin. Rebound ni Alex Ramos. Flores gets it to Ramos. A good play there from Alfred Flores. Just pushing that basketball.
And really, the one who set that up was Jamil Gabawan as the first big. Sealed his man, which created that pathway for Flores. So it was like a mini 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 between Flores at si Ramos. Look at this. You don't see Jamil Gabawan here. Pero dahil nalibre siya, no, yung pathway niya, nalibre sa kabila. Itong si Ramos.
Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Just putting his body in between the ball and his teammate. Dan Sara with a step-back jumper. That won't go. Rebound is Sazon. Kani looks ahead. Serving his options. Finds Darang. A three. Short. Gabawan tracks down the miss. Kani. That's
Extra steps.
too many steps for Hubert Kani. To 39. And Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community.
Oh, it was a tough angle, no? Para kay Vic Manuel as he opted for the drop step on the baseline. Really ended up behind the board. It was trying to sneak that ball in. Kapos nga lamang. Bola mo punta sa Bataan.
Gabawan. This is the corner jumper. Levy Hernandez back the other way. Crossover Levy. Nandun si Ramos to help. Levy gets that one to trickle in.
How about that move? Because it's not going to be a highlight, but the deceleration na pinakita ni Levy Hernandez on that second step to stop on a dime. Bumaba na yung mga kalaban. Siya nasa area pa with a nice touch for the finish.
Shot from Hubert Kani, corner three, knocks it down. Ganda ng play ng Bataan. Dalawa yung nalibre ito. Sazon and Kani. Kailangan nang ni Gabawan pumili ng isa.
Just in a good rhythm right now is Bataan. It feels like every shot that they're getting is open. Lalo na itong layup na to ni Robbie Darang. Uncontested na layup sa fast break.
Levy Hernandez, the off-balance shot. Another forced effort from Iloilo. Here's Hubert Kani. Oh, libre si Gabawan and Sanga had to give up the foul. The fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Robbie Darang has been solid off the bench. Jamil Gabawan misses the free throw. This is now the biggest lead of the game at 41-57. Hernandez, 2 feet inside the paint, no problem. 7 points para kay Levy.
And that's the thing, when you have a Levy Hernandez, he could score in many ways, coming off screens, especially on the block. Has good footwork and knows how to use his body, especially when he goes for that short fade.
Hernandez na ubusan doon sa drive na yon.
Look at this move by Levy Hernandez. Medyo masikip pa yung kanilang spacing, but still able to squeeze his body inside, and always easier to execute that short fade pag nalagay mo yung dalawang paa mo sa loob ng pintura. Another easy basket para sa Bataan. As soon as they cross half court, couple dribbles, layup na kagad ang isang blue shirt. Nice pass by Darang. Sa kabilang panig naman, puro isolation. Itong Iloilo, stop naman ang Bataan. They could add more to this lead.
Nokani, spin move, finds Carbringas for the finish.
Now this game has been a story of single effort versus multiple efforts. Single effort right here, an example. Spin, force the help, drop, nobody helping the helper.
And Bataan has opened up an 18-point lead halfway through this third quarter. Timeout ang Iloilo.
Is back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to give it up the game. 9 in the final quarter of the game. Can they make magic? White Loud wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Robbie Darang has been stellar in this ball game. Vic Manuel on the low block. Vic goes to work, finds the angle.
Almost automatic, no, ang opensa nitong Iloilo. Kung hindi si Levy Hernandez, pupunta sila kay Vic Manuel. A little predictable, but that time effective. Robbie Darang for 3, wala, pero another chance at it.
Robbie, labas muna. Javier. Cani. Gets some separation from Sara. Can't hit. Rebound, Carbringas. Sazon. It's Yves Sazon's trademark move.
Well, if you remember well, the way we started this game, Bataan rather started this game, they opened up the first 3 minutes with 3 quick offensive rebounds, 2 of which led to a basket. After that, they've been silent on the offensive boards. Only the last few offensive rebounds, pang-anim pa lamang yan dito sa laro. May challenge tayo.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful.
todo sa
It's an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Sherwin Cantos. Oh my gosh, I can't believe he challenged this one.
Well, he took the word of Art Aquino. As you saw, he was trying to convince his coach to call the challenge after at least 5 drawings of a TV. Ilang inches kaya yun?
14 lang.
Si Malik Diouf kasi 50 inch yung every time na
Laki nun.
7-footer.
Let's go to Sheila.
Yes, all eyes on Ives Sazon as he opens his 8th season strong with Bataan mula Navotas, Marikina at syempre sa kanyang hometown. Sa MPBL na daw tumanda si Ives. Naikwento niya nung nag-uumpisa pa siya. Second season opening game sa Araneta, he made 31 points. Sa Marikina, team pa siya noon. At dito daw nagsimulang nakilala ang pangalan niya. Fast forward to 2026, isa na siya sa mga kuya. Though nag-mature na siya, he still feels young, but he is wiser now involving his teammates in offense, particularly shot selections. Matapos daw mamiss ang playoffs noon, iba na ang mindset niya ngayon. It's all about bouncing back. Balik sa inyo.
Thank you so much, Sheila Ives Sazon. All know what he's capable of. 14 points para kay Robbie Darang.
Has been the recipient, of a lot of the passes from Chris Xavier, of that turnover once again by Iloilo, but punishing them on the glass on this possession is Iloilo Napoles, already with 13 points.
Oh, by the way, Ives Sazon, he is the leading overall scorer of this league.
Currently. As an active player.
Overall.
Okay.
Because John Wilson held that for a while. And, John did not have the best of seasons last year.
With Nueva Ecija.
And I think he's coming back strong this season with Basila this time. Hubert Kani with a 3.
Off to a great start, obviously scoring 29. I think what's impressive in that win, as you see the 3-point field goals of both teams. Bataan 9 of 24, Iloilo 6 of 20. They've been called from the outside, itong Iloilo, because they already had 6 pretty much at that 7-minute mark of the second quarter. But to your point, talk about Basilan, JV Casio, some waves obviously papasok nitong season. But how about John Wilson? 20 of the 29 points in the second quarter alone to open up that game.
Just a reminder kung anong klase player siya. He's a former
MVP.
Former MVP.
2021?
No, the pandemic season. So 2019 to 2021.
2019, yeah. 21, yeah.
Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Vic Manuel has been tearing it up on that left side on that right side rather, for Iloilo.
But they're still facing a deficit because Iloilo obviously cannot afford to trade baskets if they want to make a comeback.
Minus.
Nice D by Aquino.
Malagasay secures the rebound. Naagaw ni Sanga. Here comes Iloilo. Jimenez back to Paul Sanga for 3. Got it. And Iloilo making a run here in the third.
You see his former teammates.
Dom Escobar.
Dom Escobar. Defense to offense. The steal on the other end by Paul Sanga. Why not reward him back with a 3 right here in transition?
Former teammates Jogi Laude, JJ Manlangit, and Dom Escobar cheering on Paul Sanga. Iloilo has trimmed the deficit to 12.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanigang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo.
Commissioner Emerson Areta, Head of Security, Rudy Distrito. Tar Macantal, our Head of Logistics.
And obviously the fans here enjoying a beautiful Tuesday.
Yeah. Nahaba pa to.
And I am so looking forward to it, especially with you.
And of course, Sheila the Cat.
Yeah. Siyempre.
Maynez with a beautiful layup.
Just when you think, no, every time Iloilo is in a good run, they would give up something like that, no? A blow by to the baseline. Almost redundant already sa larong ito.
Good hustle there from Ryan Reyes. Just comes up empty.
So a good timeout by Bataan. They score on the offensive end and get a stop, and has a chance to continue to build on to this 14-point lead after that run, that mini run by Iloilo.
Maynez against Reyes.
And out.
And steal here by Ryan Reyes. Gets it to Vic Manuel. Lost the handle. Art Aquino puts it back in.
Napaganda pa. No, ito yung mga bagay na missed layup. Pero buti na lang, nandun pa yung mga kasama mo at naging 3-point play pa.
Can't believe Vic Manuel lost that.
Ako nadulas eh. Pag-angat niya, no?
Bonus free throw, Art Aquino.
Sometimes sa mga tulad na mahusay naman laro ni Vic Manuel, they make the hard look easy, and then yung mga open shots.
Oo.
I remember, you know, isa sa mga idolo natin, si Coach Alan K. Dick. Ganun
Yeah.
eh, pag may bantay, mas nakaka-shoot. Pero pag libreng-libre, mas nagmimintis pa. Ang dami mga pagkakataong ganun eh.
Sanga on the run. Paul
Next time.
Sanga.
Tingin kagad sa mga kasama niya. Namimiss niyo ba ako?
Mukha eh. Kit Jimenez, nice lead pass there to Paul Sanga. And ganda ng halftime ni Paul Sanga doon.
May konting ano ba, mini double clutch. Sanay kang gawin yun eh, no? Lalo na sa Chubby League nyo, yung halftime.
Meron ako. Meron ako actually highlights. Joke. No, Ronnie Matias. Talagang pants. Ayun, no?
Eh, syempre, maagang call time nila kahit na sa main event pa sila ngayong gabi, which will start 9 p.m. Tama ba? 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Hindi,
Grabe pa naman.
Baka may mag-overtime eh. Reverse psychology na. Pangunahan na natin para hindi mangyari. Mas gusto mo na yon kesa yung sabihin kong 8 o'clock tapos 9 mag-start, di ba?
Huwag ganun.
Sisisihin mo pa ako.
Ako pa naman ang suki. Robbie,
Sakto, maraming palengke rito. Suki.
Robbie misses. Jimenez. Pinapahirapan ni Mitchell Maynez. Kit has time. The drive from Kit Jimenez slips. Ryan Reyes with a cleanup job. Robbie Darang
doesn't know the time.
is not aware, but Iloilo able to trim the gap to just 9 points here after trailing by as many as 17 in the quarter.
A much better third quarter para sa Iloilo. Only scored 15 in the second and allowed 30 para sa Bataan. But in the third quarter, they scored 23 and only allowed 20. Still a high number, but 20 is better than 30. You see the highlights right here. This was the pass by Manny underneath to bring us.
Well, the Bataan Risers will go into the fourth with a 9-point lead. We'll be right back.
White Sox steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even out the game. 89 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game.
Win the game. Easy lang with Force Plus.
Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao.
Mukhang mainit dito ah. Naka-shades. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Maliwanag.
Ikaw naman baka may sore eyes lang.
Maliwanag. It could be protective, eyewear, or fashion.
Yeah.
Whichever
Hindi, tsaka
is acceptable.
possible, baka transitional glasses.
Okay.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi ka makarelate. Kasi alam ko yan, meron ako nun, baka wala ka.
Meron ako.
Meron ka.
Hindi to transition, pero may ano to.
Oo, baka kung saan siya nakaupo, di ba, nagta-transition, yung salamin, masyado ka eh.
Yeah. Di ba pwede yun? Happy birthday, Cedric. Paki-mute ng partner ko. Fourth quarter tayo dito. 9-point lead for Bataan. Tutoy. Natapik ni Ryan Reyes.
He was open. Could have gone for that maybe floater or maybe for a layup at the rim. Mabuti na lang, babalik sa kanila yung possession.
Ryan Reyes had his moments in that third quarter.
Flores medyo nanahimik, no? After that quick 6 points in the first quarter coming off the bench. Tingnan natin, Jimenez, libre.
Good line, but left it short. Rebound at Flores. Tutoy down low. Mitchell minus blocked. Minus again. 3 opportunities. He comes up empty.
Love the effort. Medyo pinilit lang yung sitwasyon, no? Tatlong white shirt na nakapayong sa kanya ron, which means may mga ibang libre sa mga kick-out. Levy Hernandez. That is mouse in the house all day with that mini fade.
I don't want to be dragged into a tight game with Iloilo.
Right. Nabanggit natin kanina yan. And this is a team, if you allow them to play to their strengths in the half court, they certainly have the personnel and the talent for them to execute that. Ayan, nakastop pa sila rito. 7-point lead. Can trim it to maybe 4 with a 3. Peta na si Kit Jimenez, no? It's been a struggle for Kit. 0 for 6.
Now, the lineup, this is a lineup with a lot of size, partner. Manuel is fouled by Gabawan.
Now, one thing about Iloilo, no, they're predictable, yes, pero yung pinupuntahan nila, yung mga predictable players nila, mga manlalaro na kahit alam mo na yung gagawin, mahirap pigilan.
Vic Manuel sinks the first. And Sheila Salaysay has a report for us.
Yes, kampante at tiwala sa teammates yan ang meron si the muscle man Vic Manuel dito sa Iloilo dahil daw mas familiar siya sa mga teammates niya, ex-pros Dan Sara, Levy Hernandez at ayaw daw siyang iwan na si Jory Napoles. Target pa din ng playoffs, hindi daw imposible yan dahil sa bigat ng roster nila. Enjoy lang daw si Vic kahit saan siyang mapuntang team. Basketball lang daw to at baka magulat daw sila biglang makapasok sa playoffs tulad ng nangyari sa kanila sa Pangasinan last season. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Sheila. Well, that lineup of Pangasinan had to be in the playoffs. I know they overachieved last season, but they had to be in the playoffs. That was too good of a roster not to make it to the playoffs.
But to make the division finals...
Yeah, they overachieved there.
Yeah.
Vic Manuel. Oh, Ryan Reyes can't put it back in. Tutoy Ramirez, a 4-on-1 here. Gabawan able to score.
Well, that defense was so slow going down that the two big men of Bataan were the ones who made the play on the other end with the assist and the finish between Javier and Gabawan.
Manuel attacks, well defended by Javier. Takbo agad ang Bataan. 4-on-2 this time. Flores to Cani. And Gabawan has stayed behind. Ramirez is wide open. Tutoy for 3. It's a wasted opportunity for Bataan. Vic Manuel launches the three. Short. Flores with the rebound.
A lot of open shots given up, obviously, by Iloilo, but to give up a wide open layups is another thing. Especially that one. Mabagal na nga, bumaba itong Bataan. Pero mas mabagal po bumaba itong Iloilo.
Well, 2 weeks preparation, medyo mahirap din eh, no? Yung conditioning mo, kailangan mo humabol.
That's true.
And Javier is ahead of the pack, and he will finish.
I'm surprised that we don't hear a timeout from Iloilo because lumobo na naman ang kalamangan dito. At mukhang lolobo pa muli.
Manny pays the digital wallet built for the community. Totoy Ramirez with an easy two. And Bataan Risers have re-established a 13-point advantage here in the fourth. Iloilo, nobody getting back to defend this layup. And that means that Bataan has extended the lead to 13 with 6:26 remaining in this ball game.
MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Commissioner Emerson Oreta, a teammate of my partner here, a former teammate.
Hindi ako proud to. Hindi ako pinapasahan yan.
Talaga?
Ha?
Talaga?
Oh, pero proud lang ako pumapasa sa kanya kasi mas magaling siya shoot sa akin.
That's right.
Kaya MJ siya eh.
That's right. Leading scorer niyo yun sa UAP dati. Season na yun.
I would say the third behind Cyrus Baguio and Marvin Ortiguera.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, Marvin was our main guy. That was my rookie season.
Marvin Ortiguera.
Ortiguera, yeah. Inabot ko ng isang taon.
Sa poste.
Yeah.
Binibigyan niya sa poste. Well, Vic Manuel, looks like he got hit in the head here. Ayun.
Yeah, incidental. I don't think this should be an unsportsmanlike. Only incidental. Should be a regular foul.
Parang hirap naman nun pag you will call that against a player na nakataas lang ang kamay.
The call stands. Foul number 27, Chris Xavier, second.
And this is where I think we talked about yung growth nitong Bataan that would lead to results eventually. Plays like that. No, because obviously Iloilo has been predictable, especially coming off timeouts, either going to Levy Hernandez on the post or kay Vic Manuel. And that time Vic on the left side opting for that drop step, but help was really nowhere to be found. And I would expect them at least, talk about yung depensa nitong Bataan, to be ready for that.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. And give a quick shout out to Negros Ascenderos team owner John Alfred Hilbor. Nanonood ngayon. Negros will be making its debut, I think, later this week or early next week.
Love to see them back, and I just have to say, when I was reading yung mga team names, so far, sila pinaka-paborito ko, Hacienderos. Talagang pang MPBL yung datingan.
I don't like it, honestly.
I like it. I like it.
Moscovados was okay with me.
I don't know. I like the sound of Hacienderos better. It just, there's a like true Filipino ring to it. As Hernandez with a 3 in transition, wala.
Sanga sends it to Kit. Levy fires short.
I mean, think about it, di ba? Ito lang eh. Royals, Risers, Knights. Di ba? Iilan lang yung mga kakalus. Yung mga medyo Pinoy yung dating eh. At para sa akin, iba yung dating pag ganun eh. Pag mga medyo Pinoy sound din eh. Hacienderos.
Hacienderos. Ano kasi, malalim kasi yung cultural and contextual meaning.
That's exactly my point. That's exactly my point.
Could be good or could be bad as well. May negative at positive na ano yun eh. Especially in that side of the country. But of course, it has a nice ring to it, I must admit.
At the same time, I expect we have yet to see them play, obviously. You got to carry that name. I expect them to be hard workers.
You got to change the moniker. Because Hacienderos, they wait for the harvest.
Pero, di ba, ano rin, you gotta work hard for it. Di ba? I mean, kailangan yung mga tao mo.
Yeah.
And to be a haciendero, di ba? Pinaghihirapan mo rin yan.
Grabe.
Ibang perspective natin dalawa.
This could be a podcast. if you want to go there.
Okay.
But that is ang ganda ng entry ng discussion na yun.
I mean, now that you mention it, might as well. Di ba? Antayin nyo yung pilot episode ng Rebanse.
Wow!
Ives Sazon, di ba nyo antayin yan? Dahil tulad ng report ni Sheila earlier, season 2 pa lang, nakikita na natin yan kay Ives.
Season 1.
Season 1.
With the Botas.
Yeah. Tama, kay Coach Elvis Valentino.
Paul Sanga showing up his former team right now.
Nagsisisi na ba kayo? Parang siguro nasa isip niya, no?
Ito yung namimiss nyo. Well, knocked away by Jory Napoles.
10 seconds left, dahil natapik yung bola at sa kabila napunta na yan. 10 seconds to cross to the other side. My question is, paano kung nag-full court ang White and then 8 seconds, bibilangan pa ba? Oh, it's such poor defense though. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that has been the story. The extra effort on the defensive end. Nice pass by Kit. Artaquino is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Sino ang partner mo sa Rebanse? Ano ba yung ano ba yan? I don't know. I don't know that.
Siyempre si Madam Mika Abisamis. And si Joe GDL.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maraming salamat to LGR. Artaquino misses the free throw. So, abangan na lang namin, ha? Ipopromote ko naman sa MPBL socials. That is the first ever MPBL dedicated podcast.
Yeah. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Kilala ko yung nag-ano sa'yo dun eh. Nag-recommend sa'yo eh. Hindi ko na nasasabihin. Pero,
thank you very much kung sino man yun.
Play of the Game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Kaya don't let that person down.
Okay.
Kung sino man na nag-recommenda sa'yo. 85. So there's a review right now on that last foul. na Chris Javier comes in for Jamil Gabawan, a mandatory sub. Tinamaan sa... The thing about that foul is that walang wind up on the part of Levy. You know, there was no intention to hurt or harm the player. Levy Hernandez fires, masyado malakas. Konting pisikalan sa ilalim. Javier versus Napoles. It's a foul.
Penalty niyan para sa koponan. Still a lot of time for one last run for Iloilo. Especially if Jory makes these 2 free throws.
Point lead.
Time and score obviously on the side of Bataan, so you expect them to attack on the last 8. Here's Hubert Cani.
Cani up against Sanga. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Cani turns around and puts it in.
If you remember the second quarter, baliktad ang nangyari doon, no? Si Sanga gusto atakihin si Cani. At si Cani here in the 4th quarter showing that it should be this way, and he makes the defense of Paul pay. Different matchup naman ngayon kay Hubert. Get on him.
8 seconds. Hubert to Javier. Shoots the 3. It's good. That's it. Should be the final nail in the coffin here. Sanga from way downtown. Rebound ni Aquino. He's fouled. 73 to 91. Art Aquino back at the free throw line. Now, actually, I forgot to mention kanina, di ba Alex Ramos saka Jory Napoles? Magkasama din pa nung college. Sa TIB.
TIB, okay.
Under Coach Putit.
Putit Rivera. Yun pala yung naging ano nun, dahilan nun.
Second free throw is good. All over, but the final score here, 91 to 74, Hubert Cani. Seven seconds. Still Hubert. Bringas. No. Sazon can't get the ball from Napoles. Aquino. Sanga for 3. Good. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. It's down to 14. This lead of Bataan. And they will send Carl Bringas to the free throw line after that foul.
So here's the 3 of the pass. Aquino to Paul. Still can shoot the ball, obviously, even in stride. Might be just a little too late for Iloilo. They had their chances, no, sa larong ito.
Yeah, especially in the late third and the early 4th na
trimming the lead down to 7.
Yeah.
From a high of 19.
Napoles secures the defensive rebound. 15-point lead. Sanga again. Can't hit Napoles with a rebound, and he puts it. No. Nandun na sa ilalim. Niluwa pa. Flores gets it across. Minute and a half to play. Time on the side of the Risers. 8 seconds to work with.
What a poor pass.
Sanga with a steal. Sanga to Napoles for the 2. Sazon against Kit. That's off his knee. Sanga pulls up. It's short rebound. Alfred Flores. And looks like the Bataan Risers will start the season on a winning note here.
A great effort by Bataan from the tip. One thing that you don't want if you're Bataan is finishing this game sloppy. 3 straight turnovers for them in the last 3 possessions, but nonetheless, they will get the win.
Sanga still at it. Nabasa 10 lamang, but time not on the side. Time is ticking away here, and looks like the Bataan Risers will register their first win of the season. A strong debut for the Risers. And Coach Mactan, Coach Goody, of course, victorious in their season debut at the expense of the Iloilo United Royals.
Well, they were so strong that they dominated the paint 46-24, and the fast break 30-14.
Well, I think it's both a lack of effort and maybe and syempre itong Bataan came out played with a lot of urgency in this ball game.
They did. Especially this guy.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench.
Off the bench, 14 points para kay Robbie Darang. Our best player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Robbie Darang, ang ating best player of the game as Bataan overcomes Iloilo in their season debut. Meanwhile, let's bring back Sheila Salaysay.
Yes, kasama nga natin ang ating best player, Robbie Darang. Congratulations on your first win for this season, Robbie. Kanina pa ini-emphasize ni Coach Mactan yung galing kayo sa team building. Saan sa game, sa tingin mo nakita yung malaking impact nito?
Siguro yung mga pinag-usapan namin sa team building, yun yung naging magandang opportunity para sa first game namin na makuha namin yung unang panalo. Yun.
You were leading the whole time sa laro na ito. What do you think? How do you want to ensure na hindi lang to one-time, big-time game performance?
Siguro every game tsatsagay namin, one game at a time kami, opensa o depensa, and then susunod lang kami kala coach kung ano yung pinapagawa sa amin. Yun lang.
At syempre, meron ka bang babatian o pasasalamatan and invite mo na rin yung mga fans ninyo. You will be having your game, first hometown game this Saturday.
Unang-una, thank you kay Lord kasi binigay ni Lord yung magandang panalo sa amin. Sobrang thankful namin kay God. And then sa family ko, sa girlfriend ko, sa relatives ko sa Bulacan, sa mga friends ko sa Zone 95, sa lahat ng sumusuporta. And then sa mga Bataenyo na sumusuporta sa amin, ini-invite ko kayo na manood kayo sa Saturday sa next game namin. Suportahan nyo kami sa Balanga, sa Bataan People Center. Maraming salamat. Ayun lang.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations once again, our best player of the game, Robbie Darang. And this best player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Sa Dolphin Coach Christian.
Congratulations, Robbie Darang. They head home on Saturday to play against Valenzuela at the Bataan People Center in Balanga. Meanwhile, we have Our second game coming right up. Bacolod against Imus. As we continue our coverage here at the Inares Center in Montalban, Rizal. We will be right back.